Hello, this is the All Around Natural Beauty RN, and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, where I am passionate about helping victims overcome the fear of facing the abuse to become survivors. And I'm excited because we have been growing our community over here under the umbrella of Justice for Shanquella Robinson because we're standing firm on that we believe that by getting justice for Shanquella, we're going to leverage that and seek justice for all of the femicides in the past and to prevent and decrease future femicides for us. So I'm just excited because we've been doing that, and recently there's been some movement that we were already expecting. And I'm just excited to see how things are actually coming to fruition. And I'm just excited because even though no one has been arrested yet, the case is unfolding, and we're doing something extremely moving and monumental over here by being a part of this thing. We saw how, it had its little peaks and troughs, ups and downs, and now steam is happening again. We are, moving full forward, full steam ahead. So I'm just excited because everything that we asked for is coming. We asked for the real media, or the local, not local media, but the national media over here in America. We wanted to hear some real news, some good old ABC News, NBC, a reputable source, or source that we've grown up on, that we knew. We wanted to know where the news was at, and now they are here. And they're giving us, information and keeping the name Shanquella Robinson out there, which is something that we have been coming together as a community to do. And I'm just excited because, like I said, we've had our ups and downs, but somebody somewhere out there has always been continuing seeking this justice for Shanquella Robinson. And I'm just excited that, we still here standing. We are still here standing, and we're doing some big things over here. So I'm just excited. Thank y'all so much for coming by, and hit the like button on your way in here. Like and subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit the bell notification. Hit the bell notification, and then click all notifications so you'll be notified when I upload another one of my fabulous videos, or when I go live and we interact together and stuff. So I'm just excited. And thank all of y'all who've been putting the comments out there, coming in, checking in, doing your part to keep justice for Shanquella Robinson alive. And for those of you who do not know me, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am a 52-year-old woman, divorced woman, who's the proud mother of 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter, 2 XY chromosomes and 1 XX, and also over 30 years of nursing experience. So it makes me a very, very special lady, a Gen Xer who's been trained and groomed to be caring and loving and all that stuff. It's all inside of me. Sugar and spice and everything nice. I'm just excited because, we've grown a lot over here, and, grown together and all that good stuff. And when I go back and look at some of the old videos and see some of the old names and see some of those people still here today, I'm just excited. So today we're going to get started. We're going to talk about I've got some videos, some local stuff, some new stuff recent stuff. For the last couple of days, or I think was it Wednesday? Wednesday I came up out here, did live Wednesday, and what did we? Oh, we read the thing. We read the letter to President Biden from Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, the attorneys representing the Robinsons, representing the Robinson family. And they had attached to it Mexico's statement. And we read through that too. It was very long. And we saw, I saw bones in there in Mexico's statement. And I'm just excited because, like I said, over here we do math and science, right? We're about the truth. And like I've said before in a prior video, that the truth does not need explaining. No explanation needed. The truth is the truth is the truth. And it's always the truth. And one of the great things about the truth is that the truth always remains. So if you just be patient and stand on the truth and always fall back on the truth, it's going to be there to open up the doors and shed light and clarity on the lies, right? Because lies are the stories that change after they, you can always dispute it with the truth. So I'm just saying, oh, look at y'all coming in here. Thank y'all so much for coming in here. I want to love up on y'all tonight because I haven't been doing that. So look at here. All right, Julie is coming in with the greetings. Greetings. What I took away from, the letter and the attachments is that this is the story, the crapola story that they're giving to, to the U.S., right? In order to shift the blame on to the Cabo Six, Dejanay in particular. it was really they really pointed and painted the picture like this is the person, and it's just funny. It's comical to me. So I went back and listened to it again. I actually did a VOD on Thursday, I think, yesterday, where there was a video that we didn't get a chance to go over because the letter was long. Like it was almost 2 hours that we had spent on that. So anyway, I did that video and it was a few minutes long, but anyway, it all tied in together. And I'm just excited. I'm super duper excited. What's up, Jamie? Jamie, I'm so happy y'all coming back up in here. Look at me. I'm trying to not mix up this here mic and get my acts of faith for later time over here. So, yeah. Let me just get a sip of this here water. Then we'll get started. I'm excited because, like I said, now we got the American people here, and we can see that Mexico has been lying to us from the beginning. And so I'm just excited because I see my eyes open, and I'm just grateful that, like I said, one of the good things about being a proud Gen Xer is that Gen X, we was here before the internet, before all of this videos everywhere, right? Before all of this AI, all this stuff was out there, we Gen Xers had to rely on good old-fashioned reading, writing, and arithmetic. So that's where I'm coming from over here. So we do math and science over here. We don't acknowledge delusional thinking. We stick to the facts, and that's what we've been doing over here. And by sticking to the facts, we are able to point out the lies in the stories that's been told to us and stuff like that. So I'm just excited because, going back and reading over the story that Mexico had put out there, I just totally see all of the bones, and I'm able to pick out more of those lies and stuff like that. So Mexico need to stop and quit while they're ahead. And I agree with Sue Ann. We need to continue to put the pressure on them to get this high level diplomatic support. So let's see here. We're going to go on and bless our chat. Bless our chat. So did I finish telling y'all about myself? With over 30 years of nursing experience. The reason why I talk about that is because that's how I got on to talking about this whole Shanquella Robinson case. It was back in November the 23rd, I believe, where I was talking about the case because, it had just came out. It just started showing it on this here internet, and saw those injuries and actually was able to point out, to tie together the injuries to correspond with what's on the death certificate. So we did, start making a lot of videos on that, and all that stuff is there. And I'm just excited because all that work that we did, we put it out there, and those videos are there to continue to dispute and defeat these lies, right? The truth, there's something in all of that. So let's go here. Acts of Faith is something that we started reading along the way. It's a book by Yana Van Zett and copywritten 1993. Daily meditation for people of color. Everyone, however, can benefit from this book, not just people of color, but a lot of times in order to, like I said, over here, we're about turning victims into survivors. And one of the ways that we do that is by having moments of speaking. No more moments of silence. No more moments of silence. No more of that. We do moments of speaking over here where we speak out the names of victims and we speak out the names of the survivors and stuff. So we talk a lot about that over here. And a support that we utilize over here is here, Acts of Faith. And, Iyanla Vanzant, some of y'all might know her from Iyanla Fix My Life, but back in the 90s, Iyanla wrote a lot of books. She's a Yoruba priestess, a cultural custodian, a spiritual life counselor, and she was very pivotal in a lot of people's lives, even Oprah Winfrey. Like she, really touched and motivated her to where she started to really put a lot of light on her. Anyway, let's see here. What is this? March 17th. March 17th says, although the face of God is before all people, the fool cannot find it. And that is by the Hasil, translated by Dr. Maluna Karinga. All right. And Iyanla says, the Creator asks very little of you. He asks that you seek the truth and speak it when you find it. He asks that you treat your brother as you would be treated, forgiving what you need to be forgiven of. He asks that you honor your parents, discipline and value your children, trust and honor yourself as an expression of Him. When you look to anyone or anything as your road to God, you are on your way to being lost. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all things shall be added. The kingdom is your heart, free of hate, greed, and lust. To find it, you must surrender your willfulness and listen to the quiet voice within. I am one with God. All right. I am one with God. Yes. All right. So thank y'all so much. I got some OGs over here in the house. What's up, OGs? So today I'm going to be reacting to, is this the video or whatever? All right. So I'm here because I did say on Wednesday that I was going to come back on live and do this here Friday. And so let's see, we're going to be working together here. And I don't remember what I got going here. But I got something going here. Let's see here. Today is, this must be it. Yeah. All right. Our first video. Oh, okay. Yeah, something about a letter to the White House reaction to the letter. All right. So I haven't read it or seen it or whatever it is. We're gonna be watching this together, and y'all saw how it went. Was that Wednesday when we broke down the letter together? I kind of like it. I like having it. All right, here we go. We're gonna share the screen. Wait, I ain't ready to share screen yet. I gotta pull the thing up. All right, how y'all doing today on this here Friday night? Thank y'all for showing up. I'm trying to put together a schedule. This here is going to be from the Law and Crime Network, which I have, really fallen for. They've really done a lot to with content and stuff like that. All right, so let's do this here. Wait, do that. And I'll be skipping over this here. All right, boom. Our first video is titled Shanquella Robinson, Possible Killer Revealed in Letter to POTUS. All right.
Surfaced in the death of Shanquella Robinson, the 25-year-old severely beaten apparently by a friend while on a group trip in Mexico.
How's that sound, y'all?
President Joe Biden
put a 1 in the chat if the sound is okay.
A letter signed by civil rights attorneys Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson identified the woman who killed Shanquella Robinson as 26-year-old Dejanay Jackson. Attached in the letter, a statement.
Y'all hear that? They saying this on the news. And this here news from Law and Crime Network was 11 hours ago. And they said that Dejanay Jackson is the attacker. So for all of y'all that was saying we don't know who in that video doing that, here we got another person saying it was Dejanay Jackson. So we got the right to say that it was Dejanay Jackson in that video. That's what we do over here. We speak out the names of the abusers. Dejanay Jackson.
Statements from resort personnel.
Responsible for the death of Shanquella Robinson. Here we go. Suspect identified.
Cabo Villas provided to Mexican prosecutors.
A little bit low.
One statement, a customer service assistant at the resort recognized Jackson in a viral video showing Robinson's assault in a hotel room. That the assistant apparently worked closely with Jackson during the group's entire stay, as Jackson appears to have booked and organized the trip. After Robinson died, the assistant described most of the group.
Woo! Did y'all hear that? All right, so this kind of a recap of the letter that we read on Wednesday. I'm going to pull it back a little bit. Y'all heard that. They said that Jackson, wait a minute. Yeah, Dejanay Jackson organized this, right? So here we go with our planning, right? So this here is first degree. This is planning, right? She planned it. Let me just keep going.
Group is relaxed and calm. The assistant claims that Jackson also gave a, quote, very indifferent, very cold hug after leaving the area. The assistant said that they heard laughter. It's kind of chilling stuff to hear. But what's also important from the attached statements is an established timeline of events. And here's what we put together. So a statement from an administrator said that the group booked the villa from October 28th to the 31st. According to the customer service assistant, the group had dinner on the night that they arrived. The assistant said that at that dinner, Robinson appeared isolated and out of place. The administrator said that a fight took place between 7 and 8:30 a.m. the next day on October 29th. They figured,
yeah, they stole all this from us. This here is all after all of the information that we put out here. This Mexico ain't said all this stuff prior. This is their response to what has been put out there on this here social media.
Figured out the time from the viral video due to the location of the sun rays on a headboard. Then around 1:50 p.m. that same day, Jackson apparently messaged the assistant asking for the nearest medical service. Now remember, Robinson would be declared dead roughly 4 hours later. That same night, between 9 and 9:30 p.m., Jackson
which is baloney, because according to the death certificate, 15 minutes after receiving the injury was the life expectancy. So all of this here is bologna sandwich, dry bologna sandwich.
Asked the assistant for a ride to a restaurant. The group told the driver to drop them off at a hotel near the airport, and they never returned to the villa. Robinson's family believes that Jackson is most likely in the United States, and they're calling on the White House to either prosecute her here or extradite her back to Mexico. So, Terry, the family's letter states that federal murder charges could be brought in this case. What's the rationale for that?
You know, you can sue in federal court for criminal if, in fact, there is a criminal law under federal law, or if there's a constitutional issue. And here, what the attorneys are trying to say is this was international, so that gets you in federal court. And also, they're trying to say that there was international commerce in the fact that the phone went from one place to the other place, and there's evidence there. So they're trying to get the case back to the United States. They're trying to get the case in federal court.
And I told y'all that, right? That was our hope and prayer, that we do something here in the good old US of A. Because look at Mexico. Mexico just saying whatever it is to get the heat off of them.
If at all possible. And under the U.S. Code, murder is definitely a statute where you can bring charges against someone if it has those other elements involved. And if, in fact, they decide to extradite everyone and have the case here, they could very well go to federal court and be charged with murder.
Yeah.
Brian, Mexican prosecutors, they released these statements, including the suspect's name, a timeline of the case. So what is the next step in this process?
Well, Jesse, basically the ball is in the Mexican authorities' court, so to speak, because what I'm listening to and what I'm hearing is what's called...
It's over here in this here court, just like Sue Ann said.
Probable cause. It seems like they've connected all of the dots for the U.S. to say, hey, are we going to go forward or not? So either we're going to hear nothing from Joe Biden and from other federal authorities, or we're going to hear that a federal warrant for this person's arrest is going to be issued, and then we start to have the discussion as to whether or not they'll be prosecuted in the U.S. or be extradited to Mexico. But the next possible step is there going to be a warrant? And right now, I don't see why there wouldn't be, whether or not they're going to prosecute abroad or here, but we need to figure out whether or not there's going to be a warrant and whether or not this case is going to move forward, because it seems like there's probable cause and enough to go forward here.
I agree. And some really chilling details, as I mentioned.
All right. Oops. All right. Gotta do the thing over here. All right. So I don't know about y'all, but I think Mexico been listening to we YouTubers and this here statement is exactly what we were saying. And then they tried to answer, they tried to put in a lie to respond to when I was pointing out how, you know, fake it was that they, you know, they're trying to prove that they did the CPR. It's impossible that they could have received some burn marks from CPR, because the AED, which they didn't have there, is only going to shock a shockable rhythm. You cannot just administer a shock. When you put the pads on there and you analyze, if it is asystole, which is no heartbeat, a shock will not be delivered. You can push the button all you want. Nothing's going to happen. You can't just shock people. It's not like on TV when they go, again. It is not like that. It is not like that. So the lie that they tried to say, that they observed the burn marks on the body, which is in order, in line with someone receiving CPR shocks, is baloney. It's baloney. They're trying to prove this lie with statements that aren't true. It's impossible. It's impossible. You cannot shock You can't, it won't shock unless there's a shockable rhythm. It's not a button you put on the person in shock. It's going to analyze. And if it detects a shockable rhythm, it will charge to administer the shock. So that's a lie when they said that she had burn marks, that she's got burn marks on her chest. That's a dry bologna sandwich. Let me see here. My bad. All right, so that's a dry bologna sandwich here. We skip that there. Come on back because there's a few more minutes to this here story. All right, so I'm going to just kind of chat while the commercial played. All right, let's get on back here. Look how they talking, man. Yeah, and it's copy.
Everybody, we want to talk to you right now about an interesting case that we're following as the drama really starts to ramp up in a Wisconsin courtroom. Zachariah Anderson is a...
That was it then. That was it. This here's some talking about some more stuff. I got other videos here. Let me get on back over here. They talking about something else. I don't know these people here. All right, but that was it for the Shanquella. So she got 4 minutes and 13 seconds that they gave to Shanquella. So that's our first video there. But like I said, I don't know about y'all, but I believe that like the whole thing, I should bring it back up to and read it to show y'all those lies up in there. Like one of the statements from one of the witness, the fake autopsy report, which we know that they didn't do one there, right? So they put out attached this autopsy report with all these details and stuff, and then they tried to describe burn marks on the body from CPR, right? When they already said that the attack took place between 7 and 8:30. So we know for sure that there wouldn't have been a shockable rhythm to receive the burn marks from getting shocked from the CPR, right? Because when you're telling lies and you don't know how the truth is right there to, dispute the lie, right? So they weren't counting on the fact that it would have been suspicious had her body came to the morgue dressed with CPR burns underneath the body. That should have been suspicious right there. Like, who dressed the body after CPR? Because in order to do the CPR, the clothing has to be removed. The shirt has to be removed to expose the chest. So that was a lie right there. I think our next one is going to be this White House story. This is a story here with new video. All right, let me just say hey to some people over here. I see y'all over here. What's up, my beauties and beautifuls? How y'all doing? I have missed y'all. I have missed you all. I've missed you all, and I'm just grateful that we back here and we getting some traction here on this here Shanquella Robinson case. What's up, JP6? I'm digging, yo. You got you a face here finally. Hello to all that came in. Hey, JP. Let me see. And Ernie. All right, everybody's talking this justice for Shanquella. Where is my story? All right, so this next one is supposedly says White House shares response. Okay. All right, let's see what this one is talking about. This is supposed to be some little story about the White House. Hip Hop Wire. I'm not sure if this is a reputable source or not. Let me just kind of skim through this. Okay, this here is dated for today, written by Christopher Smith. I don't know Christopher Smith. Hip Hop Wired. I don't know. This may not be a reputable source, y'all. Anybody? Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of Hip Hop Wire. Y'all have heard of these folks here? No. All right, so let's see here. Let me go find something else here. Let me dig in the crates again one One more again. What's that? All right, this here say Yahoo. Okay, so Yahoo, you guys accept Yahoo. Yahoo is an acceptable something. And then what I want to do is play a video from when Mexico first slid the bones in there. When they first slid in the bones, because Mexico, if we go back and look, we'll see that it was Mexico who was the initiator telling us about this here arrest, and then the very next day to slide in, you know, a different story with the intentions of kind of removing themselves from the responsibility of this whole, you know, coordinating all this stuff together, you know, and pointing it, putting throwing Dejanay under the bus, when I really believe that this here Winter girl has some it's the mastermind, you know, the mastermind up there. All right, so let's see here. This here's a story says, what is in Shanquella Robinson's autopsy? What document describes violent death? Okay. This here is supposedly from March 16th from Yahoo News. This autopsy of Shanquella Robinson backs up assertions from Mexican law enforcement. Okay, they talk about backing up some Mexico stuff. Mexico law enforcement officials, her family, and lawyers who say the 25-year-old Charlotte woman's death was violent and not caused by alcohol poisoning. Okay. Robinson traveled to a resort villa in San José del Cabo, Mexico, with 6 other people on October 28th. She died a day later. Mexican officials have issued an arrest warrant for charges of femicide similar to homicide for Dejanay Jackson. According to recent letter sent to top U.S. government officials by attorney Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, the U.S. has not issued an arrest warrant, and the FBI's investigation into Robinson's death is ongoing. Okay. That's kind of messed up that, you know, the U.S. hasn't issued an arrest warrant, especially with all of this visual evidence, like Ben says. Lawyer Robinson and Crump released publicly a copy of Shanquella Robinson's autopsy along with other records on March 14th. All right, I didn't see that. I want to say that I'm going to do some switching back and forth, y'all, because I don't believe that was the autopsy report that we read on Wednesday, because it said from Mexico's office. Mexico's office. Let me just go find that document real quick. Because okay, I know where it's at. I don't believe that what we read, or what I read on what I read on Wednesday was the official autopsy report. I think it said something about Mexico. I don't trust Mexico's reporting. There's this a bologna sandwich for real, a dry one, a dry bologna sandwich at that. Okay, so let's see here. Was here maybe? Yes, let's see here. Because I don't believe it. All right, here it is. Okay, so let me share this over here real quick. What I've done was to bring up the document. I can make it bigger by clicking over here. See, I've been working on it, y'all. All right, so what was the point I was trying to put? Oh, the autopsy. Yeah, autopsy report. Okay, so this is the letters from the attorneys here. And then this is the evidence, or, you know, the part of the case that they put together. That's Cabo stuff. This here is from California Baja Sur Attorney General Office, right? We see here these old dates, 11/19. This is after they saw the video. So they didn't even make any statements or say anything until the video surfaced. So this here to me is red flag number one for why we don't trust anything that's coming out of the mouths of Mexico. Mexico is just trying to cover their own butts, right? Look at here, 11/19. This is their time when they're making out their statements. And they even admitted in here that they did this after seeing the video, right? So that means that they saw the crime scene and didn't acknowledge that it was a crime scene, right? I know some people are saying that they snuck away, but okay, that was 2022. Like, come on, right? They shouldn't have been allowed to leave. But because they had their concierge who, you know, get you whatever you need, right? So they had this all planned out. All right. So again, this here is coming from Mexico. These are statements. And then there was, let's see if this is the autopsy that you're talking about. All right, here we go. Government of the state of Baja California Sur, State's Attorney General Office. Okay. And this here was October the 30th. October 30th. And State Attorney General Office. Why would the State's Attorney General Office have an autopsy report? Attorney and a physician are two different titles, two different industries, two different, studies, right? So I'm suspicious of this document. I don't believe it, because why would the Attorney General Office have an autopsy report the very next day on an American body that hasn't even been, claimed or purchased or, it hasn't been claimed or nothing, right? They're still looking to find the family, still looking for the body. So why is Mexico doing this elaborate autopsy on October the 30th? This is, to me, all their statements here, all this is baloney. And look at the dates on this, right? Look at the dates on this. When these folks saying this stuff, November the 17th, right? Look here, November the 19th. Bologna sandwich, right? Where's the original death certificate that, that we saw in the beginning back in November, right? That was basic, that lists the cause of death. Look at how suspicious this looks, coming from the Attorney General's office, right? Director of Forensic Service, Department of Legal and Forensic Medicine. October the 30th. And somebody had brought out a good comment too. I'm gonna find that and read that off. That was my elbow here. Let's see here. That this here, the times aren't matching up. That's what was another thing too with these lies. You just match up the times, because if it doesn't add up, you know, if you stick to the math and science, things are supposed to add up. It doesn't add up that they would already have performed this elaborate autopsy on a deceased person that they had already ruled that, you know, they were going to say alcohol poisoning. Remember that in the beginning that they said alcohol poisoning. So how now do we get this the very next day of October the 30th, right? That's pretty speedy. That's pretty doggone speedy right there. It's pretty doggone speedy. All right. Look at this. Look at this. Right? They're doing all this description of the body. All right. External examination, clothing, tank top black, jockey brand size large, right? Large, 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 little tiny Shanquella in large, right? Purple shorts without size. Love University brand. No underwear without shoes. They would have done better to submit the original death certificate that was surfacing back in November. Right? So you see here where they're trying to highlight these burns. Right here it says external examination of the cadaver. They go into the clothes, right? Because remember those fake pics that they put out and showed us. So here's the description to make that sound more believable. When this should already sound suspicious if the person received defibrillator shocks and they had clothes on. So let me just go ahead and keep reading on down here where it says anterior thoracic and xiphoid shows signs of defibrillator burns in a 6x5 centimeter area, and this is the only one with post-mortem characteristics. It's important that they let you know that this here is post-mortem, right? So when they want to point the finger that they move the body, that they dress the body. And again, remember, this is coming from Mexico. Mexico, who has been lying to us from the beginning, right? So by making this statement down here, right? It says this is the only, right? And these are other key words. We use words like only and all these descriptions like that. Only one with post-mortem characteristics, right? These defibrillator burns, right? How would they make that diagnosis? This doesn't even sound how a forensic pathologist would document. They would say suspicious burns. Why would they know that these are defibrillator burns? Why would they suspect defibrillator burns? And they would know that it's impossible to receive post-mortem defibrillator burns, as a defibrillator will not administer a shock to asystole, to no heartbeat. It has to be a shockable rhythm before a shock can be administered. You cannot shock a dead person. By them putting this description down here, this to me shows how Mexico is trying to support their part of the lie. These injuries can be seen before taking the clothes off. So why would you not be suspicious to see defibrillator burns underneath the clothing? Why would you dress the body after you did the CPR? Why? Why? Right? So I just found that suspicious, and that they're putting all this description up in here. And again, coming from the state's attorney general office. Again, this isn't my, specialty. Like I said, I've been a nurse for the last 30 years. I just know that the legal system and the medical system are two different industries, right? Two different industries. It's two different. Because the attorney general is handling this legal stuff, and then there's a name for the state medical person. What's that name, y'all? I know somebody know what the name is. I can't think of it just off the top of my head, but there is a name for that. So to me, all of this here is highly suspicious, especially with it being performed so fast. If they didn't pronounce the death until after 6 p.m., how do they have a full autopsy with report, less than 12 hours later? Woo, Mexico, y'all got some good old life. I mean, but you know what I mean? Come on now. Right? And then why, up here in these statements, why are they trying to indicate the time? Why on November the 17th are we painting the picture about the time? Why are they talking about in the front room because it's waterfront and all this? And I know because that's how liars talk. In bedroom 1, it's waterfront, and that's how I know it was between 7 and 8:30 because the light was on the headboard, and I've been in that room. Why is that part of your statement on November the 11th? Or I'm sorry, November the 17th? Why? Why would you say that if this here isn't back charted? Because the time wasn't in question at that time. It wasn't being questioned at what time did this incident occur. So why are you establishing this timeline here during this time, right? After the attorneys said their part, all this up in here from, Ben and Sue, soon as this part gets here, this is where things get sketchy. Sketchy here. Whose name was supposed to be here on label number 1? And in this person's statement, they said that it was a couple already there. Already there. So this, to me, is not an autopsy. I don't believe this is an autopsy. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. I don't believe it because look at this date. This date is too soon. Like, come on. They just got her body a few hours ago. They haven't even contacted the family yet. Why are they doing an autopsy on an American citizen. That body has not been claimed by family. Why? Huh? Exactly. All right. So that's kind of part of my high horse there. Lot more lies from Mexico. They're throwing in these lies to paint the picture. Like I said, it sounds like they are really throwing Dejanay under the bus over there. So how y'all doing over here? I got me go ahead and show some love over here. I appreciate y'all. Let me see here. What's up, Tamika? I see you got me a member over here. Says hello and blessings to all. Uh-oh. Hi, Flash. Oh, all right. Did I tell y'all I'm 52 years old and the proud mother of 3 adult children? And I'm just excited too over here. What's up, Gen X people? Gen X folks up in the house. And see here. Scarlett says volume too low. All right, I'm way up there. That was a while back. I'm gonna put another video on here, and then we're gonna see. Hopefully, I had turned it up, and let me see that. What's up, Diane? Yep, justice for Shanquella Robinson by any means legally necessary. I love how you put that legal part up in there. Make sure we keeping it legal, right? Because we ain't trying to be up in no trouble. Says Sharan says Hollywood Nexus says Nazir was there day before she died. Maybe he was part of the couple, right? The person that was there. I want to say somebody, yeah, Hollywood Nexus. I believe that's where I had heard that from too. Says who dressed her? Yeah, I don't believe nobody dressed her. You know, I'm gonna go back what I was saying that back in January when they tried to come out with that. Ain't nobody dressed her. This is what Mexico is trying to say, that so they could put the blame and say how, you know, what Cabo 6 did, that they broke all these different laws and stuff like that, where this thing wasn't all orchestrated, where she called her concierge to say, this is my problem, right? They said they do all stuff, right? Let me read what the concierge said his job description was. This is how he get down. Let me see here. Concierge said that see here, do all matter of, see here, says what they do right up in here, I believe somewhere. See, the concierge said I know that ain't what I'm trying to see here. Was it on this little part here? The concierge said what they do. Oh, here we go. Concierge says, where I work as concierge in attention and customer service, I provide service assistance with doubts. So what you doing? You providing shady business, any service that is needed, right? That's what they said they do, right? Provide attention and customer service. I provide service assistance with doubts. Any service that is needed. That's how this person get down, right? So they helping out with the cover up. We already know that Mexico got a little special offer where you can come drop a body and get your alibi of alcohol poison. Alcohol poison, and you know, that's your get out of jail free card on that. That is your get out of jail free card. Let's see here now. Highly favored said Nazir said himself he got to Cabo Friday. Okay. The Me Watch says, I think she was dead by noon because Lucy the maid says she found her cold and stiff in the bathroom. I had heard that Lucy the maid said that she found her in the same seated position in the bedroom, right? That's where she was, naked. That's where she was naked, right? So that's why I'm saying all these lies about, the CPR and the clothes and all that stuff are lies. How can the maid have found her at noon, stiff, naked, in the same seated position that we had last saw her in, that they abandoned the body? How now is she dressed and receiving defibrillator shocks? Huh? How? These are lies. These are lies. Mexico is a lying ho. No, Mexico lying, y'all. They lying. Let's see here. Holly Paper said, go listen to his first video again. Nazir's first video says, the infamous 6 need to be behind bars. Yes, and that's what we're working on. That's why we continue to lift up the names over here and talk about it. Bridget says, justice is coming for Shanquella Robinson. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Diane said, if the maid found her in the bathroom, they moved the body there. Cabo 6 goes to jail. Cabo 6 going to jail because of this whole thing was planned. This was a planned execution. So we don't need to, come up with these stories about them moving the body and all that stuff. They were trying to get out of there. There was no way that they moved the body, dressed the body, did all these things with the body. They were trying to get out of there fast. They didn't come up with these stories until the video surfaced. Look at the date, 11/17. How are they getting statements in November and the damn autopsy is 12 hours later? Autopsy report 12 hours later. They ain't take no statements from people for 3 weeks. But see, when you're putting lies out there, you're not thinking about all these things. You're just focused on one lie at a time. You're not thinking that when you tell this lie, that it is now going to highlight this lie and make that lie that much more unbelievable. But liars don't think that way. Let's see. Bridget says what they did was wicked. I agree with you. And then, let's listen to this video here. This came with the article. Let's do that. Because we didn't get a chance to do it live. All right. Come back here.
In Mexico.
Let me go. Uno momento. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna play this video. This video it was part of the article that we just saw. All right, so let's see here. About making this here big. Yay, look at there. Here we go.
New information tonight in a Charlotte woman's death in Mexico.
We are getting in some new information.
How that sound, y'all?
That a reporter in Mexico says is contained in the police report, and it conflicts with some information in the autopsy. Here's Channel 9's Joe Bruno tonight. Joe?
Many questions remain about how Shanquella Robinson died, but an attorney in Mexico says take what is on the police report with a grain of salt.
Wow.
Tequila Long's living room is filled with photos of her sister from her memorial service. She and Salamondra Robinson, Shanquella's mom, tell me they are grateful for the outpouring of support from the world.
Just to see your city backing you and everybody is supporting you and having your back, you can't beat that.
Long and Robinson are eagerly awaiting updates from the FBI and Mexican authorities on.
All right, look at that too, y'all. Remember how we had pointed out? Yeah. Where is, okay.
How Shanquella died. It comes as a journalist for a Cabo publication gave Channel 9 new details on what friends told police about what happened. The journalist for Metropala MX provided us with what he says is the text of the police report. We do not have a copy of the report to independently verify. According to him, the report says the friends told the responding doctor that Shanquella drank a lot of alcohol and that the friends wanted her treated in the room, not the hospital. The report text states Shanquella had poor verbal response when the doctor arrived and that she died within 3 hours. He says the police report lists her death as cardiac arrest. It doesn't mention the severe spinal cord and neck injury.
The police do not have the authority to declare a cause of death. This has to be done by a physician. Here is the clue right here. Here's the red flag. Police report. Police report.
Injuries that the death certificate lists as Shanquella's cause of death. The autopsy also doesn't mention alcohol. It states she died within 15 minutes of her injury and that Shanquella Robinson was found unconscious in her living room.
The autopsy should overrule the police report.
All right, he says the autopsy should overrule the police report. That's what I told y'all back in January or even December. Pretty sure it was December. But anyway, I've always said that, right? The police don't have any medical training, maybe some first aid training, but they're not going to be able to put any diagnosis out there or determine a cause of death.
Because the police report is written by cops, and the cops are not forensics experts.
Fabian Meneses is a criminal defense attorney in Tijuana, Mexico. He says the police report shouldn't be taken as definitive fact.
Thank you.
It's just a document listing what officers were told by people on scene.
I would say that most police reports don't have the truth because it's
Did y'all hear that? He said that most police report don't have the truth. Most police report don't have the truth. So we gonna trust the police, the Mexican police?
hearsay, or they're being custom tailored to.
He said custom tailored. Look at his face. He's sitting up there smirking. He's smirking because he knows what this is about. You can get your custom made police report. This is a scam, y'all. They already said that Dejanay was the main person. She coordinated all this stuff. She was the main guest.
What the police needs to be in the report.
The police report was written the day Shanquella died, 3 weeks before Mexican authorities launched a femicide investigation. That's the killing of a woman because of their gender. Long and Robinson say they are hopeful the FBI gets to the bottom of this and finds out what really happened.
I'm confident that they will.
His family has commissioned a private autopsy. They do not have the results back yet. They also say the coroner sent them a photo of Shanquella after she died, and she had a busted lip, swollen eye, and bruised face. Wow. None of that was in the police report.
Okay, that was it for that. Now, I'm going to go back to the document because what they're trying to do is to try to trick us up to make us feel like this here is coming from Shanquella's people, right? This says government of the state of Baja California, sir, state attorney general office. This here should be unbelievable. This is not coming from America. This is not the autopsy report that the FBI asked for or the family got. There's no way that on October 30th, the family when they didn't even had the know where the body was at, had this autopsy report. November the 30th. They messed up on the dates, y'all. This is too soon. Should have waited, should have at least dated November something. Remember, they didn't get her body back until November. So, come on. Right? Here go the lie right there. This is not what the family put out. This here did not come from the family. This here, October 30th autopsy report. That's baloney. Baloney. See, Sharan says, JP6 Hollywood Nexus said he lied about the day and time he got there. She played a video of the cab ride to the villa that showed the time on the dashboard as 2:17 p.m. All right, let me see here. I think Highly Favored sent me that too. Let's see here. Yeah, let's indulge. Let's indulge. And see here. Was it on that? Let's do a little indulging here with this here cab ride.
Let's tell y'all. I have no answers for you from Friday to 3 o'clock.
All right, that ain't it. But I know what you're talking about, JP6. I'm about to pull it up in just a wee moment. I'm gonna do a few more of this here. See here. Highly Favored said Nazir's mouth slipped in his first video. He said, I got to Cabo Friday. Okay. Sharan said, did the FBI do their own autopsy? That's what I'm saying. I remember back in, I want to say December, that John Q had said that they had requested, an autopsy. So that's why I'm suspicious of the one that's coming from Mexico that said that was rendered on the 30th of October, a few hours after Shanquella, had expired, right? That they had already had an autopsy done. So, that just, yeah, I don't believe that. So we were told that the FBI did request, an autopsy. However, that paper there didn't say anything about FBI. So that's why I don't believe it. Judy says, not anything said in the interview gave us nothing new. Not to me. We knew Nazir was there from the beginning. Yeah. Well, no, because he was showing the fake plane ticket, showing that he was there, came there the next day and stuff. So some people was fooled by that, Judy. So, yep. He's fooling some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. I think that's how that goes. Something like that. Ernie said, you're right. All right, there. See, Highly Favored said, we all know Mexico investigation is partial truth. Exactly. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And that's why, like, now I'm starting to see that that's the connection in all of the lies. It's always Mexico's the one who is sliding these lies in there. See, speaking of. All right, so see here. Oh, I got some videos here. Let me see here. That was that. All right, so I'm about to find it, y'all. I'm close. I think this here is it. Let me see here. Push convention. Here we go. Okay. All right, so we about to hook up this here video that y'all's talking about here in this here chat. Let me get a couple more of these here comments. Mexico, Ernie says, Mexico is trying to cover their tracks. Thank you. That's exactly how I'm feeling. You're doing a great job. Thank you, my queen. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I sure appreciate that. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. I feel like they heard me talking about, or people knowing that you can get the burn marks from the, when we do the shock, and if you shock 6 times, right? And why they made it a point to say, oh, we saw the burn marks before we even remove the clothes. Like, why would you chart that, right? Why would you think that's pertinent to chart? And like I said, the forensic pathologist would not say that this, looks like a defibrillator, Yeah. Mexico's trying to cover up their tracks. Dejanay was walking, she gave a cold hug. They're just indicating, right? We call it bad acting. Judy says, what happened? Did Mexico forget they had this information? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When people are lying, you don't know that, like I said, the truth is the truth. So when you put the lie out there, you think you are trying to hide a particular truth, but the truth is, a whole. So when you tell a lie on part of the truth, the rest of the truth is going to dispute it and shine a light on that. So then you'll have to tell another lie to fix up that. And then you just keep chasing all these lies. And then before you know it, one of your lies is going to rule out a previous lie. a previous lie. Because if it's true, let me just go back to this little this real quick here. If this is true that they did this autopsy back in October the 30th, how then did they say that it was alcohol poison and they ruled out any type of foul play? If this here, if this was done on the 30th, right? So by them putting out this phony baloney lie and dating it for October 30th, yeah, like you said, did they forget that they had put out information before that they had already said that it was alcohol poisoning? So how are you listing all of these other injuries here that you knew about 12 hours afterwards? How? Let me see. Here we go. They're saying here that the left lateral neck shows an infiltrate with the atlas and medullary dislocation. So they're saying that on October 30th, they knew about the broken neck. Huh? This is what they saying, y'all, that on October 30th, they knew about these injuries. So then why did y'all tell us that it was alcohol poison? Huh? Look at this. Y'all indicating brain swelling. This is real bad here. Edematous, hemorrhage, edematous brain stems, edematous medulla. I mean, all this here, swelling, edematous. This is swelling. That means a lot of swelling on the brain. And a broken neck, dislocated. On October 30th, Mexico is saying that they knew this. Right? So, y'all knew this and y'all let the people go. Y'all knew this and y'all said that you didn't suspect any type of foul play. When y'all knew this. Mexico. Huh? That's what they said. All right, so let's go on back over here because here is our treat. Our move. All right, here we go.
Registration.
All right, let me get back over here. All right, so let me do it. Here we go.
To see the villa.
Mute. Go back to the beginning here. All right, so this, wait a minute. This can't be it because this is very long. Is it? All right, so, okay, so we're going to go through some of this, but we're going to be all of it because it's very long. All right, so let's see here. Let me share Hollywood Next talking. I don't know I can do it. I need to skip ahead to the part. Okay, here we go.
I have to take them down because I need them. But we'll come back. So I want y'all to pay very close attention to the details of the witness. The witness stated that they were surprised to see, a couple at the villa. Okay. Now, here is a little 2-second clip, y'all.
This is Nazir driving up to the villa.
You hearing Dr. Dre. You hearing Dr. Dre. You hearing Dr. Dre.
All right, so this is the proof that Nazir is probably one of the guests that the concierge states that was there prior to everyone else. Hey, Beverly. Beverly is saying, let me see what these likes is looking like. Yes. Hey, everyone, only 36 likes. And there's 54 in the chat. Please, let's make the likes match the chat. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Let's get a few more likes out. Yep, we're getting there. Give me 2 more. Can I get 2 more? 2 more? Mo. Here we go. Thank you so much. All right, we're doing pretty decent there. 49 with 52. All right, that's close. We're getting the cigars ready. Yes, we are. See, chef, medical examiner. I know, huh? Everyone's wearing multiple hats. Multiple hats. Shalom, family. All right, says, I agree. Yeah, exactly. Says, look up, what is that? Directorate of Forensic Service located in India. All right. Let's see. Scarlett Me says the Mexican authorities are responsible for the escape of the Cabo 6. They should have detained them. Yeah, but see, Cabo 6 already paid. They already paid. They paid to be able to come over there. They had their mission. Paid, come over there, drop their body, and leave with the excuse, right? And they would have got away with it if it wasn't for whoever released the video. I would have got away from it if it wasn't for you pesky kids, or they would have got away with it if it wasn't for us pesky YouTube creators that's continuing to keep the name Shanquella Robinson alive and demanding justice, right? So if we hadn't been keeping our mouths open and yelling it out, demanding justice, they would have got away with it, Right now, nobody's arrested. Nobody's being detained. So, sounds good. All right. Yes, I agree with you. What's up? Callie Oops says, who believed that they were going to dinner when they had all their luggage with them? I doubt they left their luggage at the villa. Everybody knew they were fleeing. Exactly. That's why they called the concierge. The concierge said they do all kind of stuff. They do the dowdy stuff, whatever it takes, whatever you need. Right? And then we saw, we made the video how Mexico, just days later, there was another, fatality where they used alcohol intoxication for the cause of death. People have been using this cookie cutter excuse for quite a while. It's just that now with the videos and all that stuff, where people, internet and all this stuff, we see stuff, and now we talk about it. Can't just be hush hush, right? So look here, we got pictures and stuff like that. People's faces is out here. I'm just saying now, I'm suspicious of the light-skinned girl. Why everybody is really focusing on throwing Dejanay under this bus. They leaving her out to dry. Like, all of a sudden, we saw how videos got washed up. And according to these documents, these people are totally pointing the finger at Day. JP6 says logic and reasoning is what is up. That's right. Thank you, JP. JP6. Let's see, JP. Yeah, you got a wrench. Says Sharon, good looking out. Yes, thank you so much. Beverly says at Cali, right? What did they think that they didn't trust the hotel security, and it'd be better for them to take their luggage with them? They knew they were fleeing. Yeah, they helped them get out of there. Y'all right. Y'all so right. And somebody, let me go find this here. This video, not video, but a comment. Y'all had some really good comments in there. Somebody had pointed out the fact on the autopsy being done so speedy, so fast, that if they had checked the body in at 9 p.m. and all of a sudden the next morning, they got a whole autopsy already done on a foreign body that hadn't even been claimed yet, right? They was too fast with the date. The date, that's what threw it away, But sometimes these liars, they don't be thinking. They're real youthful minded here. Lena says, yep. All right. What's up, Tamika? Tamika says, a bunch of bologna. Yes. A dry bologna sandwich. That's what they trying to feed us, y'all. They've been feeding us this dog food too since back in January, when Mexico decided to start throwing them lies up in there from them fake pigs. To now we got this these fake reports and stuff. It's pretty pathetic. It is. JP6 says, I want them perp walk. Yeah, I want to see that too. Take the walk of shame with the head held low. Hold it low, hold it low, hold it low. Let's see. Beverly says, both the U.S. and Mexico cannot be trusted with the truth because the U.S. is giving Mexico millions of dollars to supposedly fight the war on drugs. This case might bring their actions to light. Yeah, because then that kind of answers like why they haven't been detained over here. Just like Ben Crump said, with all of this visual evidence. Yeah. Good point. Tamika says, hit the like button. That's right. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Make sure you check your notification bells to all to get notifications. Yeah, that's true. You got to click all. Yes, edema. Yeah. So if they knew all of that, right? That sounds vicious and violent. That sounds like a homicide, right? Not alcohol poison. So they're admitting to knowing this on the 30th. All right, time on the dashboard said 2:17. Yes, and sounds like he was one of the first ones to be there. Tamika said Mexico knew that they effed up and trying to cover up by pointing the finger. Exactly, that's what I'm saying, y'all. They're like, oh no, it was the big one with what they call it, the they didn't say deep voice. They was paid the picture though, for real. Sturdy, they call her Sturdy. How can we make the United States investigate the treaty with them, because the amount of U.S. casualties it's been happening? The amount of U.S. Okay, wait. How can we make the United States investigate the treaty with them, because the amount of U.S. casualties it's been happening? Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I think Sue Ann is correct with this. We need high-level diplomatic pressure to be put on them to, to get this ball rolling. Get the ball rolling, because, to make sure something gets done. We got to keep putting that high pressure, diplomatic pressure on them. Go around. That's right. Oh, did I read that? I messed up. He said, I think AH released the fight. Elise Hyatt. Yeah. Probably because she had the least amount to lose. Someone else had said that, that it was broadcasted. So, I don't know. But super excited that I know what I want to show y'all, how there's, people have been making comments too. I had made a video about, seeing the extended version of it, where a lot of us had saw the video where Winter, the light-skinned girl, had put hands on Shanquella after Dejanay stumbled away and said, I'm tired of your it. That the light-skinned girl was putting hands on her too. And I'm just grateful for everyone who has stepped up to make the comment to say, yeah, I saw it too. I saw it too, just to, let us know that it was out there, then it was taken away. And maybe somebody was really super connected, and it's the reason why they started, at one point we heard that they were looking for 2 people, and then 1. So I'm thinking that Dejanay, and I really want to feel that Winter is more the mastermind and the manipulator to kind of sick Dejanay on Shanquella. Because when we hear Winter's talking, her little part when she was talking, listen to how cold and how, she, didn't care that Shanquella was gone, right? Quilla did something stupid while she was drunk. It's like she already had the story that she was going to say. And with the lack of any concern or any emotion in her voice when she was speaking it, sounds like, she was aware of what was getting ready to go down on that too. So, yeah, possibly could have been Elise who put the video out there. Beverly says, if the time on the dashboard says 2:15 p.m., then he arrived at 12:15 North Carolina time. Yeah, I want to say I believe that he was one of the first ones there, because when we listen to his video, he is really putting in these details to show, like, look, see, here's the ticket, here's the time, and to, steer us in the direction so we will believe that he wasn't there. JP6 says, I'm glad she ain't my daughter. I heard that. Yeah. But like I've said before, she could have been any one of our daughters or sisters, right? I said, I have daughters, just turned 25, and, super sad, especially when we see how femicide is a worldwide issue, and that, other countries all over the world have problems with issues. And just like here in the States, they just call it DV, have to use those terms, and they just call it, domestic violence here. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And that little to no justice is rendered when these things happen, right? It's hard to give protection for women. And that's one of the reasons why we are standing under this umbrella of justice for Shanquella Robinson, so we can leverage that to, have our voices be heard, so we can, get more. Niall Oracle says, good evening, Queen Sisters. Much gratitude. Thank you. Thank you so much for the appreciation. Heidi Page said, Nazir got to Cabo Friday, October the 28th at 2:17, but he lied and said he got there October 29th at 3:26. Yeah. Yeah. Nazir is a liar. Get him. He will crack. Yeah. Y'all hear that? Yep. See, Ernie says, Sister Foster, you hit the nail on the head. God bless you. Yeah, y'all I'm thanking y'all so much here. I want to read off some of these comments from some of y'all. Let's see here, where can I go to find it? And then we'll get ready to wrap it up. Let's see here. This here was the spot where comments was being made over here. All right, so let's read some comments, and then maybe we can answer some questions over here too. Let's see here. Was it this one here? Tina says, hello, beautiful RN. Been a while. I'm back catching up. Thank you so much for sharing this platform, and thank you for the update on Shanquella. It's so sad. This young lady was murdered and didn't even scream or anything from the beginning. I really think they drugged her for her not to even cry. They probably took her phone to keep her from calling anyone. Dejanay Jackson needs the electric chair. Wow. I agree with you on that. My thing was, I thought that when you see the attack, she was very strategic and kind of like zeroed in. I felt like maybe she chopped up her windpipe here to where she couldn't make any sounds, because I too was suspicious of, why we didn't hear her like scream out or something, scream in pain or yell anything. It was like, right in the beginning, she just boom, boom, went there. And then, within a few seconds, actually, strangled and snapped her neck where she wasn't able to make any sounds. So, yes, I agree with you on this lecture, especially after we read that the main guest was Dejanay. So this was all orchestrated. This was all planned and plotted, just like the attack when we saw Dejanay go specifically for the neck and do the pull, twist, grab, throw maneuver to break her neck and ultimately cause her demise. Yes. Let's see, that was one comment that I wanted to read off there and respond to. Let's see. Okay. Arisha McLean says they got the autopsy being done at 8:30 p.m. on the 29th when they said they didn't move the body until 1 a.m. They just keep lying. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So they did a whole lot, right? And this is before the family even identified the body. This is before the family even located the body. How are they doing an autopsy? How? Who gave them permission, right? Who gave them permission? All right, so that was a good point there. Great point. All right, let's see here. Who else had a good one down there? All right, so I just wanted to show y'all that over there, and appreciate some stuff here. So let me see. I think I may play one more quick little video. I kind of wanted to play one of these shorts just to, let's see what time it is. Yeah, it's already been over an hour and a half. So I'm just grateful that, we're coming back out, and I appreciate everyone who commented on that video that I put out, the little 21-minute video. And I'll do more of those kind of things too, because I think it's making an impact now that we, got them down. This is when you jump in on top of them and start doing the clobber move when we got them down, right? So we can already see how Mexico is the author of all these lies, and they're trying to, take the blame off of them and put it on Dejanay Jackson and the Cabo 6. So we just staying focused here. We're sticking with math and science. And thank y'all so much for all the love and support. All of, if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Thank y'all so much. And I'll put out some, get ready to get a schedule together more. Y'all know that I'm working, and I have my Turo business, which I'm working in that too. And then, I'm juggling this over here too. So I'm a work in progress, and I just thank y'all for y'all support and the encouragement too. When it feels like, it's time to give up, but now I really do have a second wind, and I'm excited about it, because when we click to see that the news is reporting on this, and the things that we said we wanted to see and have done for us is happening. It's happening, everything that we asked for. Let me just make sure that I played everything that I wanted to play on this. Oh, I didn't read this White House thing. All right, let's just see how, I think it's just a quick page. White House shares response on Shanquella Robinson case. Why did I not want to read that? Oh, because Hip Hop Wired. I'm not. All right. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all in another video. Peace and love.